So, ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome. Donald Gonza is my name. Until now, I've been the Assistant Secretary for the National Interim. The chairman is in the room. The treasurer in the room of that interim, which existed since AVOCOOP was first initiated. I've already posted the agenda in the chat. I think I will do that again. And then we go formal with the so in the room, physically we have representation from the north, from the west, and from central. We also have the representative of the registrar, Mr. Ishak Seblime. As you know, there was a thought of an earlier meeting, but it was good, it didn't happen for the reasons you know very well. And so here we are today. So I'm handing over to Mr. Seblime to chair this meeting, which pretty has not a very long agenda. There we are. Mr. Seblime, I think.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Ponza, and the members present here in the room and those online. I salute you all, and I'd like to send in my good morning message to you all. That good morning to you all. Yeah, as doctor has told you that I'm Seblime Ishak. It's true, I'm Seblime Ishak. I come from Trade Ministry, the Department of Cooperatives. And what brings me here today was on your request that you wanted to elect an interim committee that is going to spearhead you in the due course of doing your operations, basically to take you through the process of registration, because usually the interim committee helps you to do your work before you are formally registered. Basically, it is on spearheading you in the process of registration. After registration, we shall issue the certificate of registration, which will be accompanied by a letter requesting you to hold a first general meeting not later than a period of 1 month. As you are aware, most of you here are in different unions. So basically, you know some of the laws on cooperatives, you know the meetings that we always hold in cooperatives, where we have the annual general meetings that we hold annually, special general meetings that cannot wait for annual general meetings. Then you have body meetings, as we always have them, and what we call a first general meeting, which we shall have. So for today's meeting, members, as you are seeing that this agenda is very short, we don't think that we are going to deliberate on very many issues. But for today's meeting, it is not stated anywhere, as I can say that it is in the laws of where I can quote it, that we are having an interim. It is just your meeting that you are like any other. Basically, now me what I can term this meeting is more or less like a training or a guidance or a brainstorming where we can sit and we have different views all together. Because when you look at the checklist for registration, actually, this meeting here, we are going to capture the minutes and the tendencies to take it as a training, because we are going to ask you for a training report prior registration of your tertiary society. They're going to ask you for it. They'll ask you, did you meet? Did you agree on certain things? So so this is going to capture as a meeting with attendance list and agenda to show that at least you learn something out of this meeting. Because we say prior to registration, founder members should undergo a training, be it a primary, be it a union, be it tertiary, whichever kind of society that we register. So I think today we are taking it as a training and a guidance for us to have this. Now, we very much know that we have unions per region, which have been registered, and others are still not yet registered, but we know they're also coming on board. And we know the composition very well of each union. But for us to have a union, you must have the law talks of two primary societies. According to the Amendment Act, when you look at the Amendment Act Section 1, the insertions that have been made with Amendment Act, they talk very well about secondary societies, which most of you are representing from the north, from the central, and from the west. Which the secondary society means a registered society under this act, the membership of which is treated only primary society. For you to be in a union, you know very well that you have to be coming from a primary society, whereby we elect delegates from each primary society to be leading us on the union. But for us today, what we focus on is the tertiary society. Still, it was also mentioned in section 1, subsection P, that talks about a tertiary society. What we intend to do. You look at the ladder of cooperatives, it has 4 ladders, which starts from a primary society, which you know composition is comprising of 30 members, physical members, 30 members and above. The infinity. Secondary, those are the unions, which we very much know that if you have 2, if it is Western, if you have Masindi Avocado, and we have, for example, Mara Avocado, those 2 can form a secondary. Northern, if you have Gulu and Lira, they can form a secondary. Now for a tertiary, the law talks about this very well. Tertiary society means a registered society under this act, the membership of which consists of at least 2 secondary societies. Those are now the unions. So we should take it at the back of our mind that if we are forming this kind of a national union under tertiary institution, we must have 2, which we already have, because when you look at I've looked at the certificates of the northern, at least I know they have. Central, I was told they have, and at least Western they have, and I was told there's one that is still pushing. Which region is that? Eastern. That Eastern is still, so guys, is still pushing. So for this case, we have 4. Do we have Western Nile? Oh, we have 4 so far.
We have 3 so far.
I'm saying so far we have 3, but are we intending to have all?
There is one Eastern and Busoga.
And Busoga region.
Yeah, almost.
Hey, I thought Busoga is going to go into Eastern. Oh, Busoga will be different.
Yeah.
Busoga regions.
There are 4 districts in Busoga which are forming a union.
Which are forming a union. So that union will be known as Eastern. Busoga. Then Eastern we take Mbare, and those other Sironko and those other districts there are forming. I think even Bukedi will go. We'll be in that. And so I think now for us we are good to go. For us for you to be onboarded, then the rest will join us as well as at least we have to actually even have an excess one of. We have Western, we have Northern, and we have Central. So I think we are now good to go to form our tertiary, which is a national union for avocado. Now, colleagues, what I want us to understand is there are some questions that I saw that have been raised, that were raised to me, which I think we can make very clear. I know there are some people who have logged in online, which is very okay, and they're not members of regional unions. For cooperatives, it is no, I'm saying, and they're not members on the board for today's meeting. So as based on what I told you that it is okay for them to log in, also come for meetings. It is very okay. They can always come. The only challenge we have with such character is sometimes there are those who are good at disorganizing. They come for meetings when they are ready. Sometimes you find them beating other bottles, but when it is just a character of disorganization. But if we know them that they are good people and they don't have any bad intention, we can always call them. They be in a meeting. However, like any other member of a cooperative, as you know, the membership of a cooperative, if someone only paid, for example, if it's a primary society, and someone refused to subscribe to be a fully paid up member, such a person, when he comes to a meeting, he can sit at the back, but he cannot. He doesn't have a voting right. Just like it is the same thing here. If someone is not a member of the regional meeting, of a board of the regional union. For example, if you're not a board member of Gulu, sorry, not Gulu, of Northern, you should not be part of this kind of the tertiary. So at least this one I have already answered. Only board members of such societies are the people that want to be attending this meeting, because from them, this is where they are going to come up with their own interim committee for today. And what you have to know is that as Doctor was saying, that when it comes to Northern, they have 7 members. When they come to East, they have no, West they have 7, and then there's one that has 10. Central 9. Okay.
Because you have 4 and 5 committee members, 9.
They are 9. So actually, that is what I wanted to put clear, that in cooperatives we don't have any board that is comprising of 10 members. We have 7, 5, 7, or 9. Yeah. So the fact, so I think that quorum having been raised interimly here. Usually, when we are doing things interimly, we are not so strict, because interimly we are just learning. We're just learning. For us, the moment we register you, and you are formalized as a tertiary, that is now where we start being strict. But as for now, I think we shall just go on with the process of you people identifying these members, and I think most of them at this time you already know which kind of people you are going to be fronting, and which people, and what, and basically what they are going to be helping us with. So on the issue of this board, maybe I can tell you to refer to section 55E that talks about the board responsibility of the board. These responsibilities are here. They are put down very clearly. When you also go to the to the model by, I think by now you don't have the bios, you have not yet bought. But I think you'll be buying the bios very soon, and then you start feeding them in. But yeah, the responsibilities of the interim committee were not talked about, because as I have told you, it's just interimly, but the report, maybe to take you through those responsibilities. The board of the directors of a cooperative society, they say good cooperative governance and business performance was saving. Here they were talking about the savings and credit, but also it is the same as the other cooperatives, ensuring that the board is in full control of the affairs and business operations of the cooperative, ensuring that the business of the cooperative is carried out in compliance with all applicable laws and regulations. So this is what we're supposed to be doing. Ensuring and reporting to the members at the annual general meeting. Remember, the board has to come up with that kind of report. That is why they sit quarterly, or whichever kind, when they agree upon how they'll be reporting. So they must be coming up with that, and basing on how organized I'm saying that you are, it means you are going to be conducting business whereby you have different people with different thinking and with different ways of doing things. So we expect board members to be, first of all, honest. We expect board members to be people of integrity. Amongst another character that I really thought about, that I should tell you about, is all about accommodative. You know, always just assume when you are chairing, look what this is an institution of Makere, I think, where Doctor teaches. For you to be able to be the vice chancellor of this institute, where you interface with people of different characters, you must be able to accommodate people of all types. AVOCOOP will approach you. Someone from another institution will approach you. The president will approach you. Everybody will be able to approach you, and and you should be able to accommodate them. People speak differently. People act differently. There are people who can approach you as a chairperson, but without even greeting you. You, man, so far, what have you done for us? He has not even said hello to you, but he has just started from the middle. You should be able to accommodate him. Maybe you greet him first for him to understand that for sure you just started in the middle without even doing what? Greeting me. So you should, people have to be accommodative. For the purposes of this act, corporate governance shall cover the overall environment in which the cooperative operates. All the things have been detailed here, which I think you can read. Now here they're talking about the board. These people must be a resident of Uganda, having knowledge of manner in which a cooperative longer-term strategy is pursued in practice and inability to influence its policies. Of course, those are the things that you people, that the board always does. But we shall get much more details. I think I'll give you much more details when we shall be after getting our license, when we come in our first general meeting, because in our first general meeting, that is where we shall have the full mandate to exercise and then also discuss about how the structure looks like, the responsibilities of all the boards, the board, the supervisory, then the vetting committee. I think we shall put all those structures in place at that time, because even now, we don't know if you're going to get registered or not. We are just here on assumptions, but I'm sure we shall get registered. That is what I decided. I can pledge you that we shall get registered, having put together all the documents that we need for registration. Now, do you need me to take you through the process of registration of this tertiary institution, or we know? They are not so much different from how you have been registering the regional. What I know, each national, no, sorry, each regional, each secondary will sit in their meeting. We'll have a separate meeting where they will come up with the resolution and means to be members of the union of the tertiary. Then secondary, you will have to provide us with your certificate of registration, and then also your bylaw photocopies. Then also the body list of body members, you can also give them to us, and maybe their photos. You can put these are the body members and then their photos. As long as you have the minutes for them accepting to join the tertiary, just like primary is accepting to be members of the secondary. Minutes, resolutions, certificate, bylaws. Where do we assume our office is going to be located as the tertiary? Have we thought about it?
We discussed it in the last meeting. We didn't resolve, but we wanted a Kampala address.
Okay.
We had the temporary address, which has now been a bit overtaken because the person who had offered it is not yet in the board. So we have to find another address. And so we can take.
I think we can put Kampala tentatively, but also as this is a very big, how should I say? This institution is big. It needs an office. Let us think about it very fast and we see where. Because when you call yourselves, just like look at Walimu as a tertiary for teachers. You must have. I think in the future when you start doing business, we even expect you to have your own home. You see, on the national avocado summit, whatever, as you want to do for yourselves. Where these other private, it is a home where I think just like you see how AVOCOOP does, they have their home there in Maganju, where even others secondaries, if they have nowhere to put any regional meetings, you can always give them some space. They subscribe to be members every year. So there are certain things that you have to do in future. So let us think about at least getting some space of address. And also the reasons for having such a space is about when you because already this kind of move that you are put on the table shows how serious you are. So other institutions, remember other institutions like universities, exporters in different parts of the country, importers who deal in this kind of fresh avocado, whatever they're going to be hearing about you, they will all want to be associated with you. It is so hard to associate with a person who has no office. Donald, you not tell people that you come to the Department of Agriculture where I teach and then we talk. Just imagine someone is coming from Qatar and he comes from Qatar, he wants a lot of quantities and now he wants you people to discuss. He expects you to invite him to your office and then he sees properly what you are doing. Then also maybe the pack houses and the research you'll be doing, and then also the nurseries and the rest. Because there's one I saw for avocado when I was going to Tanja side. So I think just on the roadside, the nursery, which is us. So I think even you do have such things. I think when time goes on, so such demonstrations, I know they take a lot of time and they take a lot of resources, but they will give a good picture and then we also expect you to have partnerships in future with these institutions, NARO, the Cabanyoros, and the rest. With this kind of certificate that you are going to get with the, you're going to have a lot of bargaining power, bargaining positions, and then a lot of things can be done, can be done from there. So I think, members, with those few remarks, we can have this interim committee put in place, and we charge it with the responsibilities of helping us. This is that the process of registration goes on very well. I know there will be some movement up and down.
You will invite the chairman who's going to say something.
Yeah, the chairman have to go. And now for Kampala, where we think our offices will be, we also have to think about a division where we'll have to send you, go to that division and they give you a letter of recommendation for forming this year. That is why I was asking about where exactly in Kampala, because Kampala has 5 divisions, and all these divisions have different representatives of ours. So when I get to know that you're going to be in Central, then I can now talk to one who is in Central, and I tell her to assist you. If it is Nakawa, I can talk to one of Nakawa. We know all of them, and you can always talk to them, and they can assist you accordingly. After gathering all the documents together, as I have told you, you'll now bring them, not forgetting the bylaws. You'll have to buy the bylaws at the ministry, which will be 40,000 4 copies. That is 10,000 each. And then the figure, then you also come up with the financial statements. Just like as we are doing for the secondary, so now you also come up with financial statement, membership schedule. You put the 3 members and their contribution. Walter knows, because there's a time he brought in complete work and I chased him away to go and he put it broke. So he learned very well. So he will assist you very well. So I think with that, income statement, balance sheet, schedule of members, different regional whatever unions, minutes and resolutions, requesting to be part of it. Then I think with those ones we can bring now to the ministry after going to the commercial officer, and now we are good to go to register you. So I think at this juncture, let me call upon the outgoing chairperson, Mr. Patrick Kaigia, address us, and we can proceed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Members, let's quickly humble ourselves and pray. Father, we want to thank you for this great opportunity to come together as we put together AVOCOOP at national level. We thank you for your presence, for your wisdom, for your guidance. Thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Our guest of honor, Mr. Sevelime Ishak, the Senior Cooperative and Commercial Officer representing the Registrar for Cooperatives, Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. Pastor Gabriel Raju, Chairperson, Northern Uganda Avocado Farmers Cooperative Union. Dr. Daniel Rubowa, Chairperson, Central Uganda Avocado Farmers Cooperative Union. Mr. Donald Kwikiriza, Chairperson, Western Uganda Green Avocado Farmers Cooperative Union. Founder, regional board members of AVOCOOP, distinguished avocado farmers, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Warm greetings to you all. Many thanks to the Lord God Almighty for enabling us to come together at this historical national meeting. 3.5 years ago, on the 29th of July 2020, AVOCOOP registered her first member. A lot of water has since gone under the bridge, during which we have learned and adjusted ground and continue to improve by the day. Clearly, the founders of AVOCOOP took the right strategic decision to build a cooperative for the avocado value chain in Uganda. Every passing day, there is increasingly greater light at the end of the tunnel. We came together with related goals, which we summarized into a common vision, the world's leading producer of quality avocado products. Our very clear objectives were consolidated into one mission: to promote the avocado value chain for wealth creation, employment, nutrition, and environmental sustainability. These two have glued us together in the midst of several challenges, sustaining our grassroots effort and ultimately leading to registration of several primary and secondary entities. AVOCOOP presents to the avocado industry the winning model that will ensure effective and efficient productivity by members, guided and strengthened by the 7 cooperative principles of voluntary and open membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training and information, cooperation among cooperatives, concern for the community. The founders of AVOCOOP strongly commit to and call upon those yet to come to adhere to these principles and sustainably build for posterity. Guided by the Register of Cooperatives, AVOCOOP sent out registered individual members as faithful ambassadors to mobilize grassroots membership. And today, AVOCOOP has roots across the country with 15 legally registered primary societies and many in the process of registration, plus 3 legally registered regional unions and others in the process of being registered. The registered legal entities, primary and secondary, are given below. We have Busoga AVOCOOP primary societies, including Iganga, Luuka, Jinja, and Kamuli. Central AVOCOOP primary societies, Masaka, Mukono, Ruwero, Mubende, and Impigi. Eastern AVOCOOP primary society, we have Bukedea. Northern AVOCOOP primary societies, Gulu and Zombo. Western AVOCOOP societies, Masindi, Kabarole, and Imbarara. Regional AVOCOOP unions, Western Uganda Green Avocado Farmers Cooperative Union Limited, Northern Uganda Avocado Farmers Cooperative Union Limited, Central Uganda Avocado Farmers Cooperative Union Limited. AVOCOOP shall indeed stand as the grassroots-based first point of call for public-private partnership and thereby assure avocado farmer members maximum benefit for their sweat. Should we successfully pull together, the size of cake for everyone shall continuously grow bigger and all shall rejoice together. Congratulations, leaders of AVOCOOP, upon embracing the cooperative model to ensure maximized returns to all. 2 are better than 1. A threefold cord is not easily broken. United we stand, divided we fall. Shortcuts cut you short. The forming, storming, and norming is done. It is time for purposeful performance of duties and responsibilities with diligence. Failure isn't an option. Why should international prices be on the rise, yet lower prices are offered to farmers? Why should brokers and middlemen take our sweat? Beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. Over the last 2 decades, the avocado industry has demonstrated a growth in demand of 13% faster than supply, presenting a great opportunity for farmers to sustainably realize their dreams and aspirations. It is how farmers organize that will greatly determine to what extent they share in this hugely rewarding industry. How we organize ourselves is what will cause the effect. The agricultural sector presents the biggest in terms of involvement of our population than any other sector of Uganda's economy. Therefore, the premised success of avocado farmers reflects potency of economic development for the entire country. AVOCOOP agreed on a winning cooperative organizational structure with action-oriented primary societies at the grassroots, secondary supervisory, collaborative, non-bureaucratic unions in the intermediary, and a tertiary national apex body for strategic leadership, policy enactment, and marketing. With this structure in place and on all entities acting as mandated, there will be no challenge AVOCOOP won't surmount. AVOCOOP has polished bylaws and objectives, and will work closely with the ministry to have these respectively appended to the approved pink booklets by the various AVOCOOP legal entities. The cooperative is collaboratively developing technical support through various platforms. We have a registered logo, and an active website for the promotion of AVOCOOP brand of value-added products. The national leadership to be put in place finds a stable foundation to take the organization to the next level. Distinguished AVOCOOPers take initiative and are responsible. They observe equity with integrity for the sustainability of the united effort. Whatever AVOCOOPers do encourages inclusion, even in diversity, while assuring the community of their commitment to accountability. This is what makes and keeps AVOCOOP as the world's leading producer of quality avocado products. This is what sets us apart as we promote the avocado value chain for wealth creation, employment, nutrition, and environmental sustainability. I would like to borrow the words of President Theodore Roosevelt. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbled or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, and spends himself in a worthy cause. I thank you, leaders, for unreservedly offering yourselves to serve, sacrificially and innovatively, resolving challenges along the way. Be the one out there in the arena, continuously rising at every fall as you continue to face the unknown on behalf of AVOCOOP members. Where I have fallen short, I ask you to forgive me. I'll request your forgiveness and ask that you walk alongside every leader with whom you're called to serve. Blocking communication with fellow leaders should not be heard of among us. Quickly resolve issues and grant undeniable access 24/7 to ensure strategic decisions are made and implemented. Let all members of AVOCOOP act humbly, committing to continuous improvement of the game plan. On behalf of AVOCOOP, I would like to formally extend thanks to the visionary registrar for cooperatives who recognized the importance of our initiative when we couldn't make the numbers, and extended a critical concession enabling registration of primary societies by fewer members than the law prescribed. As the industry grows, we are increasingly making the numbers satisfying legal requirements as originally stated. Thank you, sir. I extend thanks to NADS for providing subsidized seedlings, as a result of which more of our members are expanding their avocado orchards. And I recognize leaders of AVOCOOP Soga for recommending the developmental cost-sharing model that NADS implemented to ensure seedlings got planted and well looked after. Our call is for NADS to walk the entire journey with the avocado farmer right from the grassroots, from the garden to the market. We have observed reduction in complaints about fake products on the market, and would like to extend thanks to the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, MIFE, for every effort to eradicate the menace. We look forward to increased collaboration and engagement, leading to improved inputs and quality of products. We expect to see quality inputs on the market. We expect to receive extension service on the grassroots, closer to the avocado farmer, raising awareness, increasing trainings and interactions, improving standards, observation of international rules of engagement. Please, regulators should not wait to catch the non-compliant, but rather prevent disruptions in both supply and value chain in the industry. I want to repeat this. Please let regulators not wait to catch the non-compliant, but rather prevent disruptions in both supply and value chains in the industry. There is a need to institute policies and procedures that will expose illegal players. A lot of lessons can be learned from our neighbors in Kenya and South Africa. Many thanks to government for increasingly providing necessary support to see the agricultural sector grow and flourish. We are deeply grateful for the parish development model being implemented, the infrastructure being put in place, the roads, irrigation system support, airport development, cold rooms at airports, financing programs that are receiving more resources, and peaceful environment for all permitting even Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF, to engage in construction and production. We need everyone and every support to grow the agricultural sector. And this employs the majority of our people for sustained development of our country. I would like to extend thanks to consultants, especially those in our membership, who extended timely guidance and low-cost services to our members to improve our avocado orchards. Thank you for believing in togetherness. We believe and trust that the few faltering ones shall realign, for in the long run, they cannot do without AVOCOOP. Last but not least, I would like to extend thanks to members of the steering committee and its various subcommittees, the strategy subcommittee, the legal subcommittee, the technical and training subcommittee, marketing and value addition subcommittee, publicity, advocacy and mobilization subcommittee, for your leadership that has brought us this far. I thank the great volunteer participants at the various task forces that have brought us this far without demanding to be paid any single penny. We had the following task forces over the last 3 years: the bylaws task force, organizational structure consultation task force, logo task force, website task force, proposal writing task force. Founder members took it upon themselves to initiate action whenever a gap was identified. And that is how we continue to address challenges. If anything is to be, it has to be by us making it happen. Challenges shall always find us prepared because we are focused and fully engaged on our own cause. We won't wait for another to do anything for us. They will and must find us in action. I specifically extend thanks to Mr. Samuel Sentumbwe, Dr. Eli Tamale, Mr. Rafael Orisa, Dr. Dorugira Kugonza, Dr. James Onyoin, who served steadfastly with unwavering dedication to develop papers, guidance, and provide guidance, facilitating registration of various AVOCOOP primary societies and the secondary unions. In this regard, I specifically move a motion to recognize and thank Dr. Eli Tamale, who has contributed extraordinarily and sacrificially with obvious passion and dedication to see that AVOCOOP moves forward. I'm doing this formal at this occasion, and I would like to say Dr. Eli Tamale has contributed as follows to AVOCOOP's growth. Number one, he contributed to the early elaboration of AVOCOOP's vision, mission, and objectives. He drafted the elements of the AVOCOOP Strategic Plan 2021-2022. Number three, he served as a member of the task force on the structure of avocado cooperative formation in Uganda. Number four, he served as a member of the task force that drafted the Uganda AVOCOOP bylaws. Number five, he coordinates the marketing and value addition committee, which has so far organized AVOCOOP Uganda exhibitions at the Presidential Uganda Serbia Trade Hub that was launched in Belgrade, July 2023, and at the Uganda-Algeria Business Forum and Trade Exhibition in Kampala, held in September 2023. Number six, he coordinates the Agro Inputs Bulk Purchase Group, helping members to access agricultural inputs and services at discount prices. He has so far organized 6 virtual training sessions on various topics and 3 on-farm trainings and practical demonstrations. He has made his avocado orchard open and accessible for members to learn and share practical experiences. He has also contributed to the mobilization and establishment of 5 primary AVOCOOP societies in central Uganda, that's Mukono, Masaka, Ruwero, Mubende, and Impigi. And he is helping with the registration of, he has actually helped with the registration of Central Uganda AVOCOOP. Number 11, he continues to provide his personal Zoom platform for various task force and AVOCOOP society meetings. Number 12, he continues to share information on existing opportunities, technologies and solutions, potential partnerships and news updates relevant to the avocado value chain. He deserves a hand clap in absentia. Leaders, please address the handling of such matters regarding awards by AVOCOOP, how to recognize and reward extraordinary service, even if this is done later in the life of AVOCOOP. The rationale could include how many individuals per year, what to look out for, how to recognize and reward them. That is one way to ensure continuous growth of this great cooperative. Finally, due to health reasons, today I step down from all leadership positions or roles of AVOCOOP, primary, secondary, and tertiary. Whenever able, as a founder member of AVOCOOP and founder chairperson of this great and powerful cooperative in the making, I will make whatever contribution possible for the good of the avocado farmer. Be sure of this, as we have been successful through prayer, so shall we continue thereby to be even more effective and efficient. I wish you blessed deliberations as you put in place a leadership that will take AVOCOOP to heights yet unknown. For the better long-term benefit of our avocado farmers out there at the grassroots. Beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. Do not permit brokers to lead AVOCOOP. Our leaders must always be verified, active avocado farmers with orchards, not just value chain players. For God and my country, Aluta Continua, Kaija Patrick, outgoing interim chairman, Uganda Avocado Farmers Cooperative Union Limited. God bless you.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Members, I think Mr. Patrick gave us a very elaborative report, especially when he was concluding. He had even stated it when in between his speech that identifying an avocado farmer is through eliminating middlemen and brokers between the chain. This is one of the issues that we are really facing. Very many cooperatives are facing this issue. Be it in coffee, actually almost in all the value chains, cocoa. I wish we could fight so much so that we eliminate middlemen. I'm sure we are going to be able to change the lives of the farmer as he has pleaded in his speech, and that is what we all want. Thank you so much, Mr. Patrick. But finally, when he was concluding, he talked of stepping down. Were you expecting him to continue, or he had earlier on? Why already you knew? Okay, thank you so much, Patrick. Really, this was a very good message that he gave us. Then maybe also to tell you about after, in case we have been registered, we also have the how should I call it? We also have the amongst the strength we have as this kind of union. Since we have a doctor here and then also some other people who are good at writing, at this, for me, I think ever since I joined the ministry, I have not seen any type of cooperative that has enjoyed donor relationships and working and funding like the agricultural cooperatives. A lot of money is available in the space as long as you are really organized. Proposals can be drafted. There's too much money when it comes to helping you to do research into the avocado species and the rest, the nurseries and the rest. Organizations are really there. I'm seeing those of Avos Foundation from the Netherlands Embassy. There are really very many organizations that are really doing this. There's some research that was given to us some time back with IFDC. All those organizations are really there. So you just have to look for them. You tell them that you are this organized. We are located here. This is how we have not only these NGOs, but also government itself. Remember, in his speech, I had about talking about MAIF, the support that you have heard from MAIF. When you go to the Department of Phytosanitary and Quarantine, when you identify yourselves that most of the avocado farmers registered with this kind of cooperative, and this is how we are organized, I don't think they can even refuse to give you a desk. Remember that there are also those who are registered in an association, but remember, an association can never be bigger than a cooperative society. MAIF also, when you put pressure on them, you can even reach to the extent of saying that whoever will be exporting avocado, he has to go through this kind of a cooperative society. When they become members to you, you have that money from there. You can also have this kind of a commission, because for them to be a member and they're exporting through your name, you can find that there is also a stamp that before they are boarded onto the plane, they must go through your cooperative society. So it is upon you members to know how strong you will be, to use your strength to take you to where you want to be. So I think at this very moment, let us go to another item of electing the members. Here in what I'm seeing, members, we expect to have 9 interim committee members, and this is how organized the agenda. We have the chairperson of the vice chairperson. So as you requested me to take over this, I will advise you based on what we know and what the cooperative talks about. In a cooperative, we have interimly maybe, but also as the interim. Remember that whenever you form an interim committee, and then the interim committee is you very well in the process of registration, and also onboarding members to make a strong either tertiary or a union. Usually in the first general meeting, it is so hard. Sometimes it happens, but usually we first give a chance to members of the interim committee that are you really willing? And we ask members, can you take on this interim committee or we should change it? People usually raise up voluntarily, like Mr. Kaija, you can say, me can no longer do what? Serve for the next 4 years. But usually we take on this committee. That is why we always want to organize it in the process of registration, in this pre-registration training, so that we arrange it very well, and then we warm it up for the other kind of work that it will do for the next 4 years. So now let us rearrange this committee to have the chairperson, have the vice chairperson, have the treasurer, because we don't have a vice treasurer in a cooperative. We don't have a vice secretary. We have the chairperson, vice chairperson, and their responsibilities are really known in the bylaws. You'll find them. The chairperson, what he does, the vice chairperson assists the the chairperson in case of his absentia. We have the treasurer responsible for our funds. We have the secretary, custodian of our documentation, is the bookkeeping, recording minutes, and everything. That's the secretary. Then these other 9 members, that's where we have the vice secretary and the vice treasurer. Plus, we know them as members of the
my hand is up. I put my hand up before we proceed.
Someone has put his.
Yes, sounds like Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel. That is Gabriel. Yes, Gabriel. I've not seen your hand.
Okay. Thank you so much, our facilitator. We are doing very well. I'm so thankful for Kaija Patrick's speech, and then you are on facilitation. But I wanted to mention that before we go to election, don't you think we need to agree that we today agree to form the national union, so that we come up with the financial implications in the ownership of the union. We come up with a number of shares, with a number of shares, and possibly the amount of money each union has to pay, so that as we will go, the election should be the last thing. I don't know, I may be wrong. You know better than I do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gabriel. No, these ones I thought you already had deliberated on them. I thought by this time you knew how much share capital each unit is going to contribute to the tertiary, and how much membership fee. That is why I talked about crafting the membership schedule, the income statement, balance sheet, because those figures are supposed to reflect very well. Yeah, but I think for the sake of today's meeting, as a training, then you can also talk about it in this meeting that okay, each union is going to contribute this much in terms of one share will be this much. So it's upon each union to add on as you move on. Or you can also say each because the bylaw you are going to have is going to have a section of the minimum share. Maybe you can say each share is 20,000, but the minimum shall be 10. That is 200,000. So it's upon you to decide on what on really as you have said in today's meeting, to decide on how such can be done. I think I can now give back to who has been chairing. Mr. Kubanza, maybe to.
No, you actually, yeah, you are the one chairing. was just opening up. That's why I handed over to you even to call the opening prayer. If I
Okay.
can just comment, members, yeah, these items were in the previous meeting agenda, but you remember we sat for almost 4 hours and we had decided to move them to another meeting. But then when this meeting was called, I think members' feelings were, let's have one main item because it was becoming an emergency. But those things were pending. In the minutes of the last meeting, they were indicated as we shall move them to the next. So agreeing, but I think the main things we can guide us to agree.
Because I don't think you have any other kind of meeting apart from today's. When you have today's meeting, now you're just going to go on with the process of registration. And before, if you don't have these amounts set, you will not proceed.
Yeah, they have to be indicated.
Yeah, you have to be indicated. And even as other people are also going to sit in their meeting, you also need means for you as as a team that has sat today, as delegates from there, really accepting. Actually, as they said, it is true that we need that kind of resolution. Usually what we do maybe to take, it was supposed to be the other union sitting first, secondary sitting first, then today's meeting, adapting them. But still, I think they can also do that as long as they have their minutes and resolutions, accepting to join today. Then also you accepting, because we have these are not very many societies that we're talking about. So I think
can I ask? So, for instance, Western in the AGM that we had in March 2023, we actually moved that resolution. It is minted.
It is minted. That's actually just use that. As long as it was talked about in one of your meetings, even central. So now let us assume that even the north. So I think there we are good to. We'll just get those means, and then maybe you craft a simple resolution just on top of them, which is very easy, signed by the board, a person and the secretary, then also members who are in the meeting. So now today we shall just get our minutes for today's meeting and attendance list, which is already captured, which we are going to capture online, and others will be signing, and then we attach behind, and then we call it a meeting. So can we deliberate now on the issue of membership, share capital, the two, because now for you are going to form a multi-purpose cooperative. Are you going to do some savings or not? At some point we shall do something. Okay, so now later. So maybe for formality on the registration purpose, you can also put a figure for saving, which saving will be coming from each secondary. So I think as members you can
the option of meetings. Already today somebody was asking, how soon can we call a meeting?
Which meeting?
2 weeks. Yeah, this
Hey.
It also has to be captured in the
now that is taking us to the bylaw. But before today's meeting, actually today's meeting we're supposed to have a copy of the bylaw that I could take you, but now at least I know them. Maybe to take you through the bylaw, the schedules, the first schedules will be talking about who you are. That is schedule form 1, who you are. Your tertiary, which name you are going to come up with, where your location. Actually, just help me with that copy, because it's going to be the same copy. The front page is talking about you were located now. This is central. This one now will be a tertiary registered address, district, which will be in Kampala. Proposed name type, the type now will be a tertiary society. Area of operation, which will be national. Uganda, whether limited, I think it will be limited. English, the language. Then here, the membership will be the different unions. This is the secondaries. The postal address, all this will be in Kampala. Then we'll start taking the activities here. But basically, let us go to these sections that need writing in. Subsection 6, section 6 of the bylaw, talking about there may be a limit to number of members. 6A here is talking about the parishes where you're located there. Here your offices will be. So here you have to put a parish, maybe Nakawa sub-county. These ones are easy to write. A member withdrawing voluntarily, how many months you'll be giving them? Usually they ask for 3. These ones you know, and you have been working on them. So now his concern was now on the funds, which now we have reached at. section 13 of the bylaw, subsection A, is going to talk about the entrance fees. So let us fix the entrance fees. How much members do you think, members in the house and online, how much money do we think that each one shall subscribe to? Because now when you look at the primaries of the central, the primaries, for them to be members of the secondary, here they are paying 50,000 as entrance fees. Now for the union, for the tertiary, how much do you think each union should? Someone can propose. Then also members online here. You propose 500 for unions to join the. Okay, it's proposing 500,000 as membership. Members online, how much are we proposing? Dr. Kaija, I'm seeing Tina there, Gilbert, Julius. Yes, Godfrey is putting up his hand. Godfrey. Yes, Godfrey.
Yes. Good afternoon, members. If you look at the draft bylaws that we had come up with, that at your recommendation and advice, we deferred so that we could pick up the pink one to facilitate a quicker registration of the national union. We had proposed therein 500,000 as membership fees, and then 1 million as shares. That's 100,000 per share, which is about 10 shares per regional union. So that was the proposal that is actually the one that's in the draft bylaws. So I don't know whether members want to adopt this or come up with something else. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Godfrey.
I'm Anantha Godfrey, the chairperson of Zoom Avocado Gross Cooperative Society and the vice chairperson for the Northern Region Union.
Thank you so much. So it says, according to the drafted bylaws you had already agreed about. I don't think we are going to change so much this. 500,000 as membership, and then also shares, 10 shares, each at 100,000, meaning that's 1 million per union that would like to join the tertiary. I'm seeing a hand from Godfrey. Are you adding anything? Because I thought
I put it down. I put it down.
Gabriel, do you have anything to say?
I put my hands down.
Even Gabriel has put his hand down. Is that Gabriel? Yeah. Okay. So I think members will go with that. Are you agreeing with that? Yes. Okay, members online and in the house have agreed that we shall have a membership fee or entrance fee of 500,000 per secondary that wants to join the tertiary, and then also a share of 100,000. And then the minimum, a share not less than 10 shares, that will be 1 million shillings. Okay, thank you so much, Gabriel, for that. Then, can we also talk about, do we think of introducing savings at one point in time, if you wish so? Yeah. How much per month, the minimum that you can put in your means, that maybe each will be saving to the union, maybe 10,000 or 20 million, whichever. Depends on what you feel like. And let us also agree upon it in this meeting. Is that at secondary level? Yes. At secondary level. Secondary. In 2 years. Does it have to have a number? You can say a minimum of maybe 10,000. So that every month you see that, because it is your money. Anytime you need it, remember now there is a union. There's a union I'm now seeing that is really so helpful for Uganda circles, called a Aveterekera. Aveterekera union, they have to make sure, they always make sure that it is strong enough that whenever these ones come crying, it is able to reach out to them. So they always save money with it, and towards the end of the year where people, it really needs a lot of money. And when it comes to them going to, for example, to banks for getting maybe loans, working with donors, there's so much work with the union. They have to make sure that what we call the tertiary, their tertiary is always strong enough to be able to assist these ones whenever they need. So still all these funds will be yours anytime you need them, but also not being yours, but you also be tapping into others' money to assist you. Yeah, it's the contract here.
Chairman, can you hear me? Can I give in a submission?
Yes, Madam Susan.
Yes, I'm CPA Susan Nachim.
Yes,
I think generally, if the membership is the regional unions,
yes.
and we are saying that each one at least should have a minimum of 10 shares, which means 1 million. That means that then at the national level for the start, we shall have only 3 million to begin with. So I think then the savings, since it is a union, I think we should have some bigger figure for the saving in order to have some money to work with.
Okay, that is, thank you so much, Madam Susan, for your submission. Any other submission?
What I want to say
Mm.
that the idea is good, but the unions are the primary society, the secondary unions are not earning, you know. So it's very difficult to set
Yeah.
a number now.
At this moment,
Yes.
okay.
We are not earning.
You're not earning. You leave it open. Okay. In future, you can have. Okay. So, Madam Susan, the rest of the members here are saying that for the start, since the secondaries are not earning, they're not making any money, maybe you can first leave it at that and first get registered. In the future, you can reintroduce it. But maybe what I can advise you, in the due course of filling in your bylaws, you make sure that at least you fill it among the activities you will be doing, because there's a section here that talks about those activities that you will be doing. So in those activities that you will be doing, there is that you will have to write it, that you also have a savings and credit amongst the activities 13 that you will be doing. Let's see. Yeah. So all these ones you include them in your section 50. After section 49 of your bylaw that will be talking about the financial year. I think so section 50, we talk about the activities that you'll be doing, like farming ports, savings and credit. At least you're already outlined in your case and in your bylaws. Thank you so much. So shares already we have talked about them. I'm now going in the bylaws, the sections where you have to agree upon, because these are going to be put in your bylaw. There is a section that talks about the secretary giving a notice. How many dates? And the 2 weeks are those 14 calendar days. Okay, I think we go with those 14 calendar days. And then what will be your quorum? How many delegates to sit in your? A third, a half, or 2/3. How many delegates will be sitting? To make a quorum, yes. Because this quorum has to be set, putting it in mind that also others are going to come and join us. So it has to be a reasonable one that won't be affecting you to be sitting in new meetings.
Yeah, but the
membership of the executive does not change. That's even if others come.
No, it doesn't change. The number just increases the fraction. That's why we talk about a fraction. Because whenever you bought them, then the fraction just increases. Just increases automatically. So when you talk about so when you do 50%, it means half of the number. Okay, so our percentage here the quorum will be a half. If it's a half and we have 30 members, it means when 15 meet, it can be a legally binding meetings with legally binding resolutions made in such a meeting. Now the board will be comprising of how many members? Yes.
That is the only one who's being picked.
Yeah.
But I think that for this particular forum, they are going to be taking decisions which affect members actually right down. So 50% to me seems
Small.
small.
Okay. So if it is small, I think now we have to go to 2/3.
50% seems
a half is small. She says a half is small. The number for you to sit in your meeting.
those who have been given that responsibility have to execute. Then I just feel like 50%
it's a bit small.
No.
Okay.
Pardon?
It's important decision at the national level. Yeah, they need the bigger percentage.
Bigger percentage. Okay. Members online, we had reached at I think we are following very closely. We had talked about, we had looked, we were on Article 35 of the proposed bylaws that we are going to purchase from the ministry, which is talking about the quorum for us to sit in our national tertiary institution. And we had first of all proposed a half, which number Madam Susan is saying that Justin, Madam Christine is saying that for according to her, it will be small, reason being that we are representing national views where we want each and everybody to come up with different views. And the members here are proposing that maybe if we could raise it to 2/3. 2/3 in a fraction, if there are 30 delegates, that means around 22, 21, 22. So members online, what are you seconding? Godfrey here is saying something. Yes, Godfrey?
Well, I suggest that we don't go for such a large number for purpose of ensuring that any meeting that is planned is not stifled. Because again, if you have too many people you have to meet and a number of them are committed, you risk, failing to actually hold a meeting. And that's why even in the draft bylaws, we had actually proposed even something lower, about 30%, in order for us to effectively hold meetings. Then now we have raised it to 50%, which in my own view is okay. But the focus for me, which is very important, is that that 50% must have representatives from at least each of the regions, if we can have that, because whatever is decided at that level will have to be taken down for implementation in each region. So if we can have that kind of provision somewhere, if it's not provided for in this particular pink book, maybe we can, I don't know, we can take note of that. I do not know, maybe with their guidance. Thank you. I would really stand for the 50%.
So I think on this particular motion,
it should have been lower.
Yes, we are going to vote on this one.
I think Madam Christine, what she's saying, if we take, let's say, 30% or 50%, that means that many of there might be a region that will not be represented at all. So that's why she's suggesting that we take up at least a higher number, so that when those members attend that particular meeting where decisions are supposed to be taken, then that means at least all the regions will be represented. So I think that is the...
That's given an amendment that we retain the 50%, but we have got representation from all the regions. There are 50%, and one region is missing, they don't.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's what I got.
Yeah.
I feel more comfortable.
Okay, I'm seeing Gabriel and Maria here.
Yes. I want to ask something.
Yes.
How many delegates do we expect from a member union?
Actually,
from the north, from the west, and from central, each.
Now, hello, Gabriel.
Yes.
We were thinking of coming up with those kind of delegates in our first meeting. How many will be? But I think we can also discuss about it in each one on the board, because remember each board. This one has a board of 7, a board of 9. Then we also don't know the Eastern. They also come up with their board, which we think might also be 9. How many members will be coming from each of them?
In my view, since we are still only 3 members, could we go with 7? To when we in the next AGM, when maybe Busoga comes in, then we see how to expand. We could go with 7 to start with, and then possibly, let's say we have we have all the board members of the union to be delegates. That is in event of AGM, which would be the present, these are 21 members that we have now. We call them, they are all, every one of us is delegate.
24.
Yeah.
Oh, so Gabriel's submission was for the start we take 7-7. 7-7 per region. So, meaning we have 24.
Yeah,
21.
No, let's have 21. 7-7. But
Yes,
for the board of directors of the union we are forming, let's have 7.
Board 7.
You've understood his argument. He's saying that for today the people want to have, let them be 7 on the tertiary. Then also the representation on the from the secondary. Let us take 7-7. Meaning now.
But one proceed. You could easily have their first 7 not in the other 7. So you almost need, if you're saying this, then you need to first determine the 7-7. Why don't we?
That is concise of their members.
So when does that happen?
We'll be representing them.
When does that happen? Should happen.
It will happen. This means that you're going to give us.
Okay.
Because remember, you're going to also give us the delegates who will be onto the tertiary. So each of them we will be giving means we will also be giving a list of the members who will be representing it on the tertiary. Yeah.
Chair, allow me make my submission.
It's okay.
I would think since this is interim, it may need the people. I'm suggesting that let us get 3 members from each region, which will make a total number of board members 9, such that people can be able to move around. Otherwise, if we limit, then maybe the members would be strained. But since after this interim thing, then we shall be voting, then by then we shall be determining the body numbers that can be there permanent. Sorry for the required. Because this is interim, which can take 3, 4, 6 months, then we vote.
Then you vote.
So let us have 3 from each region, such that they can be able to distribute amongst themselves their activities.
Okay, I think you have heard Miriam's view. She's saying that can give it, then we amend it in future. But so far, what you will do for now, the secondaries you'll give us a representation that you wish to be representing you to the tertiary as you bring those means. Then Mr. Patrick has had something to say here. Mr. Patrick Kaija.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I actually wanted to second what Pastor Laju had proposed.
Okay, thank you. So now going back onto the quorum. Let us finish with the issue of the quorum. What do you propose? 2/3. 2/3 or half?
2/3.
2/3. Okay, 2/3 is okay.
Chairperson, this is like Joel Gabriel.
Yes, Gabriel.
I withdraw my 7-member board. I second the one of Susan of 9, 3-3 for now.
Okay. So now, thank you so much, Gabriel. Now we are probably that let us have a quorum of 2/3 because now that we even have online, some of them can tap onto the online as you are, then some can be in the room, and you can bridge that quorum. Okay, so let us now go to another section of section 39 of the bylaw that talks about the committee. It will be 9. That is the chairperson, vice chairperson, treasurer, and another 6 members who will be coming from different from different regions. Let us go to Let us go to.
So, Mr. Chairman, my understanding at this stage is that the secondary unit would propose 3 members.
Yes.
So that would be a total of 9. And then those 9 amongst themselves will agree who will take what positions. Is that right? Who will be the chair, who will be the vice?
I haven't understood. The secondaries will propose how many?
3.
3.
Yes. So we'll have a total of 9. That is what I think we have agreed, right? Or I'm mistaken.
Let's go on. Go to 9. Union, regional union.
Those are 7 or 9, but I think we are sticking on 7. Mr. Chair. Then here we have like this committee we are going to. Yes, we have 9 members.
Yes.
That's what I.
Just to make it clear, on the Article 39, it talks about the committee members. Now we are not talking about the secondaries, the unions. We're not talking about the tertiary, because it is the value that you are feeding in. For the tertiary, we are taking 9 members because of the views which people are saying that let us have different representations and because with the board and the tertiary. So now those 9 members, as remember some were saying 7, why they are 9? She's saying that the membership, because when we go from the chairperson, vice chairperson, secretary, and the treasurer, the rest of the 5 members, you have to come from different unions.
Yeah, I think what position there is that what we do now.
Right now.
Each of the regions. Sorry.
To be on
To make
the 9.
And then
yes.
They rearrange themselves.
Yes.
My question. So now when you talk of the 9, the first 4 major positions, at least the chairperson would come from the northern. Then maybe the vice chairperson coming from the central. Then the treasurer coming from the west. So okay, now I understand.
9 themselves agree for one position.
Okay, members online, are you getting this? I think Mr. Donald should re-explain the issue, because if this is the issue, it means you're not even voting. Today we're not voting. We'll just bring the names automatically. Then these people will sit. Secondly,
Propose.
propose the names.
Then there's 3.
And you arrange the committee.
Then the 9 would rearrange themselves.
because the
If it
challenge,
is
is if we go voting now, we have to first check which region are you, which region are you. You know, so it's going to become difficult.
And also the regions know themselves much better. So when the regions are sending, they'll send their best post. That's what
And the people they are sending should be on the regional union. I think you need to clarify. There is the idea of other members being proposed.
The 3 members you are bringing are coming from the 3, the boards of the 3.
Yes. So you don't get off one other member who's not anywhere, just on the
So now meaning those 9, those 9 that will come from the 3 who are already registered will sit and come up with the interim. They'll have a meeting of their name and they come up with that interim. They rearrange themselves. This is the chairpersons.
So for clarification,
we know that.
So members, we are discussing things here, but people online, I don't think they're getting us. Just help me and re-echo this, Mr.
So
we might finish it. We might finish this year and then they say we did that. Yes. Yes, sir.
We online are here. We are the board members.
Members in today's meeting are members of the boards of the secondaries. Yes. So now you're going to go back.
Who is there? Who is not?
No.
Don't you have all wishes as they had asked that they wanted to do? Okay.
The challenge I think we are having, we have to again go and caucus. We are here, but we have to caucus again into our region to come up with the three. If you are physically here, we would have actually
done it. But it is easy.
Timeline.
Yeah.
You
You can say before the end of this week. So anytime before the end of this week, they can see.
I think that's
just a board meeting, not all the.
Yes.
So members online, do you have questions? Because the chairman was asking me to reiterate, but I think you have got it.
Have you got it? Well,
I think you need to say, today is Saturday. By when should the committee be in place?
By
So by Friday, next week, in 1 week, we should have the 3 members from each regional union, and the 9 should have met by Friday and chosen, filled up the positions. The 4 main positions, chair, vice, treasurer, and secretary, who preferably should come from different regions. And then the committee members, Mr. Chairman, you're saying 5, but you're saying 6, but actually there are 5.
There are 5.
And the 5 should come from, all the regions.
All the regions.
Maybe questions to the chair.
So what we need to be able to look at, people who have that.
Colleagues, we have gotten some challenges here with the internet, but we are now back. Sorry.
No,
Okay. Can I say something?
Yes, Gabriel.
Mr. Chairperson.
Yes.
I want to propose that
Yes.
this is interim.
Yes.
Let us put the chairperson, the treasurer, and the secretary.
Yes.
The board will come when we are electing, when we are in the AGM.
In the first general meeting.
The board will come as we are because this is now, as I put earlier, your job is a midwife to birth. The chairperson, the treasurer, and the secretary will be the nurse, will be the somebody who is nursing the organization. Some people who will do that. Until so now in the AGM we are going to do the elect the committee. This is what so that we can even fasten this. We have, because if Patrick didn't step down, we will not be having this issue. Would that say Patrick drivers to trade, but now we need some to replace Patrick driver to registration, and then we have the treasurer to work with the papers, and then the secretary to put the minutes, which will go to the registrar's office.
So members, Gabriel is proposing that if we could have the chairperson of the committee, the treasurer, and the secretary, then the rest you can have them. This for sure, when we meet in such a meeting, there's no way we can have half a committee. No, we cannot just say that half is, we either don't have it or we either have it.
The fear might be people might fail to submit.
Because I just say maybe if you're ready to have all the members, let's have them now and we proceed, or you'll go and do the alternative. Yes, madam. Yes, God. I'm seeing madam who is speaking, but madam Mahabwe.
It is
Yes,
Susan.
Thank you.
Yes, Susan.
Thank you.
It is
Okay.
Susan.
Yes, Susan.
For me, my suggestion was really need this registration. The chairman might have an issue, but the vice. So I think, as someone was suggesting, maybe either we elect the 3 people here that we get to know Central has 3, Western 3, and so on, or we say let these people go back by tomorrow. We get those names and they meet and they decide who is the chairman, who is the vice, and so on, such that we move. Otherwise, I think the number is required. It's a matter of knowing who is the chairman, who is doing this, then we start moving.
Okay, I think you have heard Susan's submission. Godfrey is saying something. Godfrey?
Yes, I thank you very much, facilitator. I think the purpose of this meeting was fundamentally to to try to fill some vacuum that had been created by the resignation of the chairperson, but also the what I would call resignation, although not official, of some members of the previous committee, because I think there was a committee in place that was steering this process. And my view is that we do not need probably to reinvent the wheel, but build onto what is already available. Because what I know is, if Patrick were to make a submission here, he would probably tell us, out of this kind of structure that we had, we have this, and so in and so forth in place. But then we need to fill these particular gaps within that committee. And I think one time you tried to convene a meeting to that effect, which I think didn't take off. But also, secondly, for purpose of registration, we had also gone ahead to put in place the registration committee. I do not know whether we now want to dismantle that. That's why I'm thinking we should not reinvent the wheel, because this is all interim arrangement. We could just build onto what we have already, and then we move forward. So in today's meeting, I really believe we need to fill that gap, but also allow the new leadership that we shall put in place after we have filled the gaps to really adopt the different subcommittees that have been put in place, particularly the one on registration, so that we can really have this thing done very, very well. And they were already working. Thank you very much.
Some of those members don't even have primary set.
So there's something.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Which ground are they operating?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, madam.
There has been members who have really selflessly worked in order to bring us to where we are. But we also have to recognize that from where we have started, we have moved some steps. And we now have primary societies.
Yes.
We now have
the
secondary
unions.
And we are now talking about going to the next step. Now, because we already have the secondary unions, I think it's going to be unfair of us not to recognize that we already have gone through, we are going through a systematic way. So this secondary union have to start owning responsibilities for what is put in place. And they also have to take responsibilities for achievement and for failures. If we cannot do it as secondary unions, we can as well stop. So we recognize the fact that there was, a group which has worked so hard, and this secondary union, the members who are going to go on, should then take the responsibility to consult and make sure that whatever work has already been done is not poured down the drain. But I personally feel strongly that the secondary unions have to start putting their foot forward. If they cannot put their foot forward, we don't need them. So they really have to know that when you come to the next level, that next level is what you do that actually you begin to make who you are. Because if you now decide, okay, me, I'm going to wait until the baby has been, me, I'm not only going to come at the time when the baby has been weaned, then you are not a parent. Anyway,
I'm seeing many hands here. I'm seeing Patrick saying something. But anyway, but before you call these people, as Madam here is telling us about, also as members of the secondary, you should also take on the mantle of owning your own thing. So I don't think it has any problem if you went back, and then just 2 days, because it is just a board, just a board sitting. The board is already existing. We're not assuming that we are going to elect. Then these people send us 3 people. They'll be able to sit, and then they come up with the 9 members. Will be and what I know, whenever those 9 members sit, I'm sure they will be able to. They know their strengths and weaknesses. They will say, okay, this one is the chairperson. This one. Then they come up with a committee fully constituted. Let me first hear from Madam Ahabwe. Then I hear from Patrick, and lastly Godfrey. Madam Ahabwe. Hello.
Thank you so much. Actually, other than the chairperson, Mr. Kaija, is there any other vacancy in the current interim committee? If there is no any other vacancy for now, my proposal would be would replace or would vote in the chairperson's position until same when the registration is done. Thank you.
Madam Arawi is saying that we can only change the chairperson, then we leave the rest.
Can I comment, Mr. Chair?
Yes, yes, Mr.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson, Facilitator. I think we have already had the information on this subject on the forum which we have created for this meeting. The main issue was there was an interim which had 9 members. On that interim, if I can mention people who are here, there was the chairperson, Mr. Kaija Patrick. There was a treasurer, Mr. Walter Nono, who is physically here. There was myself as a vice secretary. But when we tried to only replace the chairperson, we realized many other positions, people have either stepped down, they are no longer active, they don't have a primary society registered. So it became a problem not only replacing the chairperson, but actually choosing a new interim, since the other structures are already in place. The secondary and primary is already there. So that was the spirit why we avoided. Otherwise, when the chairman resigned, the immediate thing was, let's call a meeting to replace him. And you saw the whole of last week, that was the battle we were fighting. Even the question of who actually calls the meeting came in question. And then the other thing was who votes, because we are saying now we have existing primaries, you cannot just call members who are interested. They are already legal entities. So thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Maybe I think
Mr. Patrick here is saying.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Patrick.
Thank you, members, for the contributions.
Yes,
I think let us take the issue of ownership of the entire process to be critical. I think it is okay to go back, get the 3 members, and then we call an interim committee that can take forward the process. I don't think there is any problem. Certainly, the members you have mentioned have done a very, very good job. That's why we are here up to now, including supporting us down there. So I believe they are also going to come back, like the treasurer, you chair. I think let you get the legitimacy and then we move forward. My view is that once we get the 3 members, then the committee can come up and then we come up with something which can be representative and owned by the movement. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Lubowa. Me personally, if we get those 3 members, I can be available next week. I'm not moving. I'm not seeing any schedule for me to move outside Kampala. You can call on me. I can come and help you to rearrange the committee if in case you have difficulties in rearranging. When we see the 9, I think we can elect ourselves who can do this, and then we come. Or you can do it yourselves. There's no problem.
Yeah, we're actually worried who was this.
So Mr. Kaija has something burning up. We're seeing his hand. Our former chairperson. But Mr. Kaija, sorry, our chairperson. Okay, Mr. Kaija, say something, please. Your internet phone.
Better for the secondary to pick up. Because if they find there's a problem, and then they go back. Right.
So who is
Patrick is there. I think he's not hearing. Patrick, the chairman is inviting you to say something. Patrick.
Someone speaking? I think it's so low, eh? How come
we are not hearing?
We are not hearing you.
He's muted.
Yeah, he's muted.
I asked him to unmute.
Please unmute.
I asked him to unmute, but
Oh, you cannot unmute.
yes, we are hosting here, but he can. Thank you. Proceed.
Okay. We are failing to get Patrick. I think we are proceeding. So I think we have concluded by saying that next week we shall get the 3 names from each primary society, And then those people will meet. We'll have a meeting before the closure of next week, where we shall get the 9 members of the interim committee. From there, those people will be charged with the responsibility of helping us in the process of registration, which we shall do, and we submit the documents for registration, and we shall meet again in our first meeting, which we shall also set, which will set and communicate to us, because for us, after registering you, we give you a period of 1
Mr.
month.
Chairman.
Yes, Mr. Godfrey. Is that Kaija? Hey, okay. Mr. Kaija.
Mr. Chairman, can I say something?
Yes, Facilitator.
It's okay. It's okay. Mr. Kaija, say something before Mr. Godfrey.
Yes, this is Kaija.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, for transparency, I would recommend. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. For transparency, I would recommend that we actually leave this meeting knowing the chairperson, the treasurer, the secretary, the vice chairman. That's what I would recommend we do. It's critical, especially having gone 3.5 years, having made some observations on performances, on possibilities we have from different members. I would really want to know who the man will be from this meeting. Maybe you may find that I have to make some comments on some of them.
Mr. Patrick, you are saying
it hasn't been an easy flow.
You are
transparency.
You are saying for transparency purposes.
Yeah, we need transparency.
You are saying for transparency purposes today.
For transparency purposes and make sure we have the right leaders.
You are saying for transparency purposes
we have the right leadership in place. I prefer that we don't just leave it. Am I coming? Are you getting me?
Yes, please. Yes, please. We can hear you.
Yeah, the journey we have made 3.5 years has taught us some things, has given us some exposure. So for transparency reasons and to make sure that we have the right leadership in place, I wouldn't want to leave it for the 9 people to elect.
So Patrick, your view is that
the leader will be.
Okay, so your view is after getting the 3 people, 3 delegates from each, in the subsequent meeting, you wanted us to be available to see that we choose the chairperson, vice chairperson, secretary, and the treasurer. These four positions, and we don't leave it to them to choose in their meeting.
In fact, what I'm saying, Mr. Chairman, is that we actually leave this meeting knowing who the chairperson is, who the treasurer is, who the secretary is, and who the vice chairman is from this meeting. That's what I'm suggesting.
Okay, if we are saying from this
basically
meeting,
two issues.
It means all the members have to be elected. I cannot leave a short committee of 4 people. All the members have to be selected today, if it's for today.
Yes, all the members. That's right. All the members. Let's do that for this meeting and close it when we know that the full committee is done.
Okay. Okay.
Chairman, I would like to propose that we can find the middle ground. We get the 333 and we call an online meeting. Maybe midweek. Yeah, we can agree here. We can actually set the day here. We call an online meeting of the whole board, and we move. And you come online and facilitate that process.
Okay, Godfrey. Okay, first wait. Let me first hear from Godfrey and Julius. I like these people. You know, these people who are always online are the people who are good at petitioning. We know them very well at the petition because they hear something different. so Godfrey, let me hear from here. Yes.
So don't be afraid. We'll not go to court.
And the only thing is, it's not my meeting. So even if the petition me, I would say I don't know them. If it was my meeting, if it was good over, if it was not that, because that one is my meeting. Already I know them, but this one was the treasury. I don't know it. Okay. Okay, let me hear from Godfrey.
Okay, that's fine. Now, one of the things we need to put at the back of our mind is that whatever we're doing now is interim. And as the facilitator has said, the interim arrangement is not really provided for under the Act or under the laws. But what is provided for is the training, for example, the kind of thing he's doing right now, and the guidance by the registrar. And then, of course, leading to fulfilling or satisfying the different requirements for registration. And so that means at this stage, there's a lot of flexibility. We need not be very, very stuck to what is provided for example, in our bylaws. Right now, we need what is pragmatic. We need to have a pragmatic approach. And that pragmatism is what can work for us in order for us to be registered as soon as possible. Okay, so this is my thinking, because I'm very sure after registration, we'll then have a general meeting that will now elect substantive leadership. And that now will have to be done in accordance with our own bylaws, and then also in accordance with the laws that govern corporate societies in Uganda. So that's my thinking. And therefore, if we cannot do it now, because for me, I thought actually we'd be leaving this space with these people in place, just filling the gaps, for example, that are in place, because I felt that the old team was doing a good job. We had moved somewhere, I'd said. Even there is a committee for registration, and that committee was moving very, very well. The same committee that actually supported the registration of the Central Union, then also I think is now supporting Busoga. And I think what Patrick wanted was simply to fill those gaps. But of course now he's talking about ownership, which also is a very good idea. I would have no problem with it, but the problem with it is there is the possibility of bringing in very new faces that are going to start afresh from somewhere. So it may be difficult for us to determine whether we're going to bring the kind of people who have been involved in this process or who are already in this process that is about to lead us, or is about to really, bring us the kind of outcome that we are looking forward to. So for me, what I'm really thinking is these two options, we can put them to a vote. One is to elect immediately, and fill those gaps that are there in the current committee or within the current committee, or simply to go back and then maybe propose, each region proposes 3 members, but of course that won't be again in the spirit of our draft bylaws. Or the third one, as the bylaws prescribe, then we have to organize another general meeting specifically for the purpose of the elections, so that every person is entitled to vote, then can vote. So we have 3 options available here. So can we put this to vote and then we conclude and see how to move forward? Okay. This is my suggestion.
Okay, thank you.
And they're all beautiful. Yes.
Julius, say something small and 1 minute each. Julius.
Yeah, thank you very much, members. For me, I would like to suggest that we don't have to rush anything here. We can let, actually, supporting the second proposition from my brother who has just spoken. Let us go back to our regional unions. We select or nominate 3 members who will go to the national union, and then we can organize another meeting, maybe midweek, and this one doesn't have to take so much time as we have taken now.
Okay, thank you so much.
Then, yeah, but remember, this position will be slotted. That, for example, that come from different regions. Then we constitute.
Okay, Galaxy S10, S10 Plus.
I asked them to rename themselves.
S10 Plus.
Should give us their 2 names. Please introduce yourself.
Galaxies to speak.
This is Ronald Kikiriza from Rwanda and Western Uganda. Hello.
Yes, now we know why you're Galaxy.
Friends Galaxy.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, we are getting you.
Hello.
Hello.
Ronald, we can.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Am I the S10 Plus?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Go ahead.
The Samsung S Plus belongs to me. Hello.
Ronald, can hear you.
Okay, thank you, Marianne. Thank you, colleagues and fellow farmers. I have been online, I believe, about 2 hours ago. And apart from the time when I lost a bit of contact due to the network, I believe I've listened to every single presentation.
In the tree.
Okay.
Basically, the effort you've put in over the years. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. 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 Am I audible enough?
Yes, you are.
Don't change where you.
Don't move where you are.
Yes, you are. Breaks a
Hold on a pole, I think.
Yeah.
On an anthill. He's not sure we can hear him.
No, the
Now,
Yeah.
now he's gone.
We have lost you,
Now
Hello.
he's gone.
Chairman. Chairman Western, you are lost.
Network.
While he's coming on, we need to move this forward.
Yeah, I think let's continue.
come
Maybe post in the chat as we proceed.
I think it was the last one, the submission. And before he left, we had I think 3 options. Eh? Yes.
To just amplify one of the suggestions. And take the option 3 to be nominated at the second level. Then
Hello.
as nominee,
Hello. Your voices come through, but I don't know if you can. Hello.
which will now elect the chair from among rather than the committee, which will vote.
Hello.
Which will vote on how the 9 are going to start.
You may wait a bit, they're still consulting.
Secondaries, then the whole board sits to elect who is positioned in branch.
Fix the date, maybe Wednesdays for 5 p.m., 6 p.m.
But me, according to what I'm seeing, you know something interim doesn't. Just imagine if we're having interim hard like this, what would we do? Yeah, because interim has to be very easy for you. Patrick was working with how many people?
You made a comment at the beginning. Now you are changing goalposts. You're saying often the interim when it's proposed. So we need to.
We are looking at that team.
So may I thought, yeah. You know, may I thought.
Performing interim leaders have to formally join.
Yeah. It is a problem, and they're not members. They're not members. It is very clear you're not a member. So members, let us not get stuck. Let us do something and leave, because this Dr. Mugonza contracted me for 1 hour. I'm now giving you 1 hour. I don't get that. I'm looking. I'm now seeing. Because I thought from meeting to what I'm going. So now it's going to cook. Yes.
Yeah, the idea we need to come up with. We just need to see how quickly we work on. Let each of the regional cooperative unions say the 3 names. Then let us here agree that the names will come by Wednesday we can meet online.
Yes, and we can have this close.
And by Wednesday we'll have a committee.
But now my worry was on Patrick even Patrick is now raising the hand. My worry was on Patrick is Patrick's saying is Patrick talked about transparency. I don't know if we do that, it will bring out characters who will not be transparent.
Even in the regions, when the regions are sending.
Because what I know, a region is going to send the best of the three. They all registered. Okay, Patrick. Okay, Patrick. Patrick is here raising a hand. Let us hear him. I'm giving him the last hearing. Yes, Patrick.
But did he hear our position?
I don't know. Patrick.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. The committee that I worked with, 5 of them do not qualify because they do not have primary societies. Mainly, the few that have primary societies, like ISA has a primary society, but Kathy, Patrick Mwesige, Patrick has a primary society, Richard, but they have also expressed their unwillingness to continue in the leadership. So we have only 3, and that includes myself, Walter, and Donald. The secretary, the treasurer, and the chairman are the only active on the original steering committee, what you call the interim. The point I made earlier was that we need transparency on getting the leader, transparency to the people who are sitting today coming from the 3 regions. So we don't have a team of only 7 or 9 people electing amongst themselves who the chairman is. That was the point I made earlier.
Okay, now Patrick. You didn't hear, but me, according to whatever you have said, Patrick, me, I'm not, you know me, I'm supposed to be neutral, not to support maybe this and this, but what I know on the issue of transparency, when they go back in their own constituencies and they choose themselves the 3, I think they will have done transparency at their side. They're not giving us rubbish, but whichever we shall respect whatever they will have given us. Northern will bring. The 3, these ones will bring, and these ones. Now the challenge is on the people who have said they don't have primary societies.
No, they don't have primary societies. They're not here.
They're not here. They're not even in the They're not here.
Because I don't expect him even to be talking about them.
No, he was I think.
Okay.
But I think important.
Sorry, I was just clarifying. Mr. Chairman, you had a question. I was just answering that question. They shouldn't have come up. They came up because you asked a question. So I was just clarifying.
Okay, thank you.
Otherwise, they shouldn't have.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I think it's important that those who are online understand that what we have agreed on is that the 3 secondary unions will all nominate 3. Then we are going to come back online, all of us, in order to vote those office bearers. In order to take care of the transparency.
So now, this the voting we are going to have when they bring 3 is not going to be only the 9, but it's going to be for all of us who are online and those who will be in the room.
The whole board is coming back on Wednesday. Let's agree here Wednesday, 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Let's agree.
Okay. Wednesday.
Okay, that's very clear.
My hands are up.
Yes, Gabriel.
My hands are up.
Yes, Gabriel.
Chairman, thank you. Thank you very much. Of all the 3 unions, we all have the board members here.
Yes.
We are all here. So what the best we can do for the North, we have Walter. I propose Walter, Onento, and possibly except Christine is in a supervisory committee. But I propose Walter and Onentho and myself as a delegate to. Is Alfred there? Alfred.
Alfred was online.
Alfred is our secretary. Huh?
I've seen him online. I don't know whether he's still there. Yes, that's Gabriel.
Yeah, so let Central propose their three.
Okay.
Let Western propose their three.
So Gabriel.
That we
Gabriel.
Hello. Yes, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
You are saying that we do it now and we go with the 9 members before we leave this meeting.
Yes. No, Mr. Chairman. It's good. Northern is actually fast, but I don't think everybody is prepared to do that now. I don't see any problem. Members to be given a week to select the member. I mean, it's okay. For Northern, it's okay. We can go with those 3. But I think for other regions, let the regions, the unions be given enough time to select among themselves. I don't really see any hurry. For the North, I congratulate you.
So for the North, they have chosen the 3 people: Walter, Onentho, and Gabriel. 3. So now, Galaxy is back. Chairman, Western.
Maybe he also wants to give Western.
Okay, you also want to give us Western names? Hello. Okay. For sure, we are waiting to get this one.
Chairman,
Chairman, I have a question.
Yes, madam.
Now, after selecting those 3, we do have their CVs such that we can base on that electing them. Like knowing where their authorities are, maybe what qualifications and so on, such that one gives us a better basis of knowing who they are before we vote.
No, what we shall do, we shall give them a chance to talk about themselves in that meeting we shall have. We shall give them a slot of 2 minutes, and they all speak to us about what they did.
Mr. Chairman, I'm also hoping that we don't have them on the executive.
Let me say something.
And the secondary union.
I'm also requesting to say something before the meeting goes, please.
Yes.
This is Ronald Western.
Yes. Yes, Western.
Thank you, for that. Once again, I would like to thank my colleagues that have been at the forefront of this process. I want to agree with Julius Amumpe. We are handling an extremely delicate process of consequential impact on the people that elected ourselves for a long term. I highly request that we stick to the position of Friday. Let the unions go back, elect their leaders early, and then we come back for that meeting as has been proposed. I would only like to say that we request you, our chairman for today, that you be our guardian angel at the ministry, be part of us, be our voice, move with us to every signature that we need to see that we complete this critical registration process.
Okay.
I would also like to thank the chairperson who Mr. Kibin, an interim chair, for the vision and for all the effort over that time. I believe he came in 4 years. It's just unfortunate that he resigned, citing health reasons. And, you know, as any human being, that is honestly scary. And we can only wish him the best. But I would like also to say that he's living the vision with extremely capable people. We have doctors, we have professors, we have investors, we have lawyers, we have all sorts of professions that are linked to this cause, that have put in their energy. And we believe that the vision is going to be kept alive and going. I think he shouldn't go on a bad note, maybe accusing others or whatever, or questioning others' commitments and all that kind of stuff. So stick to the Friday meeting. Let's go back to our regions. Let's vote the 3 people. Let's think through thoroughly who we need to be on the union. As Donald said, a lot of people had dropped off, a lot of people had lost interest. You know, morale was down for some of us. Personally, I would speak for myself. Let's give it another try. I very much believe that we can have this process completed in the next 3 months, maximum. Worst case scenario. And we have a national union, and we start actually working for the industry. Because without it, even now, we have avocados that we are giving out for free, rather than giving it to the middleman for nothing, you know. So we are all committed to make sure that we move forward. Let the people be given an opportunity to elect who they feel is sufficient to lead them, and let us all go behind that individual or individuals that will have been elected to lead our union. I thank you all, and I have been online, I've listened to everything, but that's all I can say for now.
Facilitator?
Yes, Mr.
Allow me to say something to
yes,
that.
Yes.
Facilitator, our meeting has little cost implication. Which cost? We do not have good foundation for it, number 1. Number 2, this is a registration. I propose that let's have somebody to replace Patrick now. When we come to AGM, we look at that. Who is what? Who is who? For now, it's just to have the registration done. If we go away, we have the cost to pay within ourselves for you and every other person. I propose that we have somebody to replace Patrick. If we agree, and we have Professor Kugonza to remain the secretary, we have Walter Nono to remain the treasurer. The other committee member will come when we are registered. You men and women of avocado, we have had a long time. There are people who don't like the cooperative movement to succeed, and it will be their joy when we dilly-dally. I propose that we have somebody, we get somebody to lead us into registration. Can be any of us. Which I propose. I propose Onento. I make my proposal. I think one thing should not take us ages. We know how long we started this thing, how long ago we started this thing. This is my final word. Speak again.
Gabriel is not speaking. It is his final word. Okay. Let us listen from Tina, because I haven't seen Tina raise her hand. Tina.
Yes, sir. Chairman, I hear you, and
Yeah, we also
I
have
really,
chat
really appreciate.
ongoing.
Thank you very much, Chair, for this opportunity, and greetings to you all members. Allow me to agree with that was Mr. Walter, the previous speaker, that we have spent a lot of time here, and we must leave this position with something to take home. We came here because we needed a replacement for Mr. Kaija. That was the most urgent in my own understanding. Now, the background he gave us, for us to have all leaders in place came a little later. But I think I agree with the previous speaker, or for now, let us have a chairperson to lead us through the process that has started. And once again, I still agree with the previous speaker that Mr. Onenso seems to have a clear idea and direction of where things have been and where they are. Why don't we kindly, Mr. Onenso, I join my hands or my view to the previous speaker that you take up this role until when we are able to meet again to see that the whole team.
Let it be Friday. Let us not move forward and backwards. We've agreed. We need to say we need legitimacy. Yes, they are doing a good job, but we need legitimacy. I don't think we need to spend more time on this. Let us just accept Fridays. We are coming back. Whoever wants to stand will be given opportunity to stand instead of moving forward and forward. We are supposed to be for 1 hour.
14th is 14th February. Wednesday is 14th.
Chair, there are chats.
I concur, Mr. Chairman.
You're saying Friday.
The messages.
You're saying Thursday. Friday is public. Well,
that is a public holiday.
There is Archbishop Denan. I think 17th.
Chair, may I submit?
Yes, madam. Yes.
Chair, may I do something? Yeah, I think, Chair, as the previous speaker said, we are really dragging on. We are in the meeting, but it is like maybe some people are not taking a note, because I remember you said you cannot have a half committee. You need to have a full body elected at the same time. And the former chairman, Patrick Kaija, has told us that I think on the board they have now only 3 people. So I think there is a need one to elect the full board. And we've already agreed. Let us select 3 members from each region, and people have said they have to go back. For me, I think the more transparency we shall have is when we get the 3 members from the union, from the Central, Western, and the Northern. Because they will have confirmed that really these people, they are from our region, they have orchards and they can do this. Here, we don't know each other. I don't know people from the North, they don't know people from the Central. But at least the Central Union, we know the capabilities of those people in the Central area, and then they send those ones forward.
Okay, thank you so much.
I think let us not just drag on.
Okay, thank you so much, Susan. Here on my time, I'm seeing it is it has come to 2 already. So we are summarizing everything in 5 minutes. We are closing this meeting at 2:05. Colleagues, this is what we are going to do. As I have been thinking around what we usually have the common practices, the common practice has always been, if I don't know, if Mr. Patrick Kaija had asked me, actually at the beginning I didn't know that his team only had 3 people, but if others were still valid, and we are still running us, and he had stepped off. That committee, comprising of 8 members, would have chosen amongst themselves who the chairperson would have been. And we don't even have this meeting for today. But the fact that we have had the meeting for today, it means we have to go away with an output. Which output? Let us agree, as members have accepted here, majority are saying that we meet on Friday. At what time? 5 to 7. Friday is a public holiday. Thursday. Is it Thursday? We meet from Thursday is 15th. 15th. Let all of you go back into your respective unions. You choose 3 people. Those 3 people, as they come, let them be ready to take up these positions that we do. What we have. You warm up for chairperson, warm up for vice chairperson, wake up for secretary, warm up for treasurer, and then body members. It will be transparent. I can assure you of transparency, where they have to talk about themselves. Then we shall start asking who's responsible, who wants the chairperson. 3 of us. Then they come in front of us. We shall vote on them, and we shall constitute the entire committee, and we shall not leave any vacuum unattended to. I think with those few remarks, we can have this meeting. I think
Time of the meeting.
The chair Western is saying something.
Time of the meeting. You said 5 p.m.
The meeting is 5 p.m. in the evening.
You want it hybrid or fully online?
Meetings have to be both. People online and others in a room like this. Some people have to be on Thursday at 5. Because I think 5 is okay. 4, some can be still be dragging around. But when we say 5, we can assume that at 5 let us all begin. And we give it like 2 hours to 7, and then we are done. Yes, okay. I think with those 2 remarks, we can
commit to be on Thursday. So that is
Chair Western will say something next time. Also, Godfrey, so next time. Okay, members, see you again. Thursday, 5 p.m.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, members. Thank you very much for your
Thank you, members.
You show that you love the organization.
Mr. Sebulime.
Okay, see you. See you again.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
That is how active this room was. You can see them.
The struggle continues. Like as Patrick says, a luta continua. Patrick, we wish you the best. I think you're still the chairperson until we have elected a new chairperson, isn't it, members? Otherwise, there's a vacuum.
All the best, Mr. Chairman. Godfrey, we wish you the best.
Secretary, how are you there?
I like the energy. It's a wonderful one.
Members online. I don't expect any petition at the ministry, because this meeting is a training which you are not yet formalized. What if I want to bring his petition and guys? This is a training session, not a legal meeting.
Okay, bye-bye. We're just now interacting, greeting each other. Okay. Bye-bye, members. Let me go for another one. Okay.
Yeah.